What is up guys, and welcome to another Red Dead Online video. Today I'm going to be going through some of the mistakes players are making within the trader role. This means that you'll be making less money because of the things that you're doing, and I'm actually seeing it quite a few times. I've been watching quite a few different Red Dead streams lately, and a lot of people are actually doing this, which means the fact that streamers are doing this, it makes me also think that other players are doing this as well, and there isn't too many videos out there saying exactly what to go and do. With the trader role, it is about being efficient, in my opinion, just like everything else I do to go and make money. I love being efficient, and in the end it makes me quite a bit of money with the time that I put in the game. And with the trader role, it is exactly the same thing. The first mistake that I'm seeing is that once people go and get to the trader, and once they've managed to go off and do a bit of hunting, they come back to cribs, they donate every single item to cribs. This is a complete waste. You will not be making the most amount of money, and some of the stuff that you are donating doesn't actually give you anything in return for once you're trying to go and make goods at the camp, which means you've managed to go and gather certain animal parts, you've donated it to him, and it's not really going to make that much of a difference until you go and get hundreds of those items. A good example of this is feathers. Feathers can actually go for quite a bit of money depending on what type of bird feather it is if you go and sell it at the butchers, but if you go and donate it to cribs at the camp, what you can be expecting is anything between 0.09 all the way up to around 0.15. Now there are a few feathers that go for a bit more, but if you took those feathers all the way over to the butcher, you'll still be making even more money. For you to go and get a full bar of materials at the camp, you're gonna have to donate hundreds of feathers until it goes and reaches the maximum amount. Now obviously you are not just doing it with feathers, you've got other stuff in there as well, but that just shows what level feathers are if you're gonna go and donate them to the camp, or if you're just gonna go and sell them. So the best thing to go and do is, instead of donating feathers to the camp, you actually just take a quick detour before you go to the camp or just after the camp, and you end up going to the butchers to go and sell them there. And it's not just feathers that people are donating. Anything to do with a small animal, anything like that, is absolutely pointless because it doesn't really add much to it. Just save the stuff from medium to large animals. The second mistake that I'm seeing is once you go and unlock the hunting wagon and you start roaming around killing animals and chuck them on the back, players are chucking any type of quality in the back of their wagon. This yet again is absolutely pointless, and you could be making a lot more money and saving yourself a lot more time by just saving the perfect animal carcasses. I see it a lot when someone comes across 4 different deers, they kill each deer, and then they just go around, pick each deer up, chuck it on the back of the wagon no matter the quality. Unfortunately, with the hunting wagon you cannot pull stuff off and then go and put other stuff back on again. So once you go and chuck a poor quality deer carcass on, the only way for you to then get that off the wagon is to go all the way back to the camp and go and donate it to cribs, or go all the way over to the butcher and sell it. You should only be putting perfect carcasses on the back of the wagon. Now that doesn't mean that once you go and kill a deer, you walk over to it and you're like, oh wait, that's poor quality, I might as well just leave it. With the hunting wagon you can still store many different hides, as well as you can still store meats within your satchel. And if you have progressed through the trader, you should also have a satchel upgrade, which means you can actually store quite a few different meats within your satchel. So that means the next time you come across 4 different deers, or no matter what the animal is, you go and kill it, you go over to it. If it's perfect, you then go and bring that all the way over to your wagon, you go and drop that in your wagon. If it's actually poor or good quality, what you're then gonna do is go and skin it, store the meats in your satchel, whatever else you go and get from that animal, store that in your satchel, as well as you'll go and get the hide or the skin, and you're gonna go and store that in your wagon instead. Another reason for doing this as well is that once you do rank up that trader, you will then get the ability of being more efficient with perfect carcasses. Now this does not work with good or poor quality, which means once you go and get a perfect carcass, you'll then be even more efficient once you go and donate it to cribs, which means you'll be able to go and get more out of it. And the final thing that I want to highlight, and it's something that's entirely optional, I do it quite a bit just because I'm very busy within real life as well as just trying to play this game and get videos out to you guys, but it is up to you whether or not you do it. And that is when you come to going to deliver something. If you're going to do a short distance delivery, what you can actually do is have an automatic ride, which means you do not have to sit here and spam A and steer the wagon. This is actually a feature that's been in the game from day one. Not many people do it though, it's a weird thing, but I now do it all the time. And that is, if you have a set location, whether it be for a mission, so within the trader, you will then have a yellow cursor which you then need to go to, and it will direct you through a path for you to go and get to that location. Likewise, if you go and place down your own personal marker, which is the red marker on the map, that will then give you a location and a path of how to get there. If you are following that path and hold down the cinematic button, what will happen is it will just automatically follow that path. You can press A and keep on spamming A to speed up, but no matter what, your vehicle or your horse will automatically follow that path. path, which means you can actually go and put your controller down and quickly go and do something else. Normally what I do is I spend a couple hours trying to build up the trader. I try and get as many different goods as possible. I do the production missions, and also I do a lot of hunting. That takes quite a bit of time. As soon as I have done that and I've got quite a few goods, I will then do a short distance delivery. The reason I do a short distance delivery is because it's safer, and I have done a video on this already showing the ins and outs of doing a long distance and also a short distance. If you want to see that, I'll leave a link in the description down below, as well as I'll also have a card on the top of the screen so you can then go and watch that. But with a short distance delivery, it means that it's not going to put an alert out to other players for them to attack me, which means at no point should anyone attack me, whether or not I'm actually sat here playing the game or whether or not I go and do the cinematic and put my controller down to go and do something else. Sometimes with these short distance deliveries, once you do arrive at the location, there's quite a few enemy NPCs that you have to go and kill. Yet again, that's not too hard, but you can still leave your controller and put your controller down for the journey, come back within 5 minutes, and then there you are. You're slowly coming into the location that you need to go into, and then you can just quickly go and kill everyone, and then you're done. That is a tip that is entirely optional to you. I do it just because I'm short of time. But anyway guys, those are a few mistakes that I've seen quite a few players do whilst playing as the trader role, and hopefully by avoiding these mistakes you will be a lot more efficient, and in return you'll be making yourself a lot more money. A lot of people have completely forgotten about the butcher ever since the camp has been added. That is not something you should be doing. You should be selling the correct animal parts to the butcher, as well as donating the correct animal parts to cribs. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going, so see ya.